What's up, guys? So it's been about 12 days since I've gotten back from finishing my through hike. Took us about 5 days to drive back after Dutch summited, and I've gotten a couple comments asking me to do gear reviews. So I figured I'd do one on probably the most important part of through hiking, which is picking a good shoe. So this is my gear review of the Sportiva Wildcat 2.0s, and also my third pair of shoe was the Sportiva Ultra Raptor Gore-Tex. For the Wildcats though, incredibly good shoe. I've got put onto these by Joe Brewer. I think he hiked. He's a triple crowner. I'm not sure exactly which trails he hiked them with. He may have done all three trails with these, but I know he did the AT in 2 pairs, which I could have done. I put 700 on these. As you can see, there's still some pretty good tread left. I put a lot of weight on the outside of my foot, so this is always the first part of the tread to wear down. You know, with these, they're made of a kind of a webbing material. Then underneath is kind of a, as you can see, kind of like a fabric. They breathe very well. This webbing does come, you know, detached from the sole on this side, just because you're putting a lot of weight on the outside of your foot. You're hiking all day. It's gonna happen. You know, you can't really expect you know, a shoe to be 100% solid after 700 miles. They also have this ankle support built around the heel of the shoe, which I think is pretty neat. It is a trail runner, so you're not going to get great ankle support. It is still pretty much like a tennis shoe, but they do, you know, help you some with that. They also have this cool design here. I think it's called friction. That may be the type of sole this is, but what it does is it spreads out the weight, so when you're going downhill, it angles your weight down and into the rock, so you have more traction, and it does the, you know, vice versa going uphill. They actually, like, there's a card that describes that on the new pairs when you get it. Also, the toe guard on these is very well made. It's really well, I guess they glue it onto this mesh. On both of these pairs, it didn't come close to coming undone, and that helps, you know, the sole of the shoe staying intact to the webbing, at least right here, which is very good, because another popular shoe out there, the Ultras, the Lone Peaks, they only come to about halfway up, so it would end like right here. And every single pair I saw, this was coming off and the sole was detaching, so, you know, your foot's flopping up and down, but the actual part of the shoe isn't coming with your foot. So, you know, I was really glad that La Sportiva did that. You know, it makes the shoe really really solid. But these pair, I put 1,100 miles on them, and I think you can tell a little bit that I put an extra 400 miles on them. You can compare the tread there. You know, a lot more wear after 400 miles. But these pair went through probably the toughest parts of the trail. I got those. I sent those home in Catawba. Got these in Catawba. Hiked to Lincoln, New Hampshire. So from Catawba, Virginia to Lincoln, New Hampshire with these shoes. You know, going through the Pennsylvania rocks, everything in between that. You know, up Moosilauke, over the Kinsmans. So these shoes saw a lot, and I'm really, you know, pleased with how they held up over 1,100 miles. You know, really the only difference is the tread wore down more, and this side was a little bit blown out. Everything else, the toe guard, still perfectly intact. The ankle support still perfectly intact. You know, a little bit of wear on one of these laces right here, but I mean, it's just a lace. I could have replaced that if it did wear completely out, but it didn't. So, you know, that's pretty awesome that, you know, these shoes hold up very well. And the Ultra Raptor Gore-Tex, they're marketed as, a trail runner that's waterproof or water resistant. Waterproof is not a thing. If anything says waterproof, it's just saying water resistant. There's nothing that when you're going to be hiking is going to be 100% dry. And, with a waterproof, water resistant shoe, it's not going to breathe as well as, the Wildcats that are like a loose mesh. When you put them, when you take them off at night, if it's been raining, these are going to be, not 100% dry, but they're not going to be super wet when you put them on in the morning. But if these do get wet, which they can, I put them through a test one day. I just stepped in every puddle that I could. My feet were pretty damp at the end of that day, and they don't dry out as well as the regular shoes because they don't breathe as well. So, I really didn't like that. The Gore-Tex also makes it a lot heavier of a shoe. I felt like the toe box was a little bit smaller, and it was just overall I wasn't as pleased as with that shoe as the Wildcats. And it's also a lot more. It's about $50 more. Those are $165, and these are $110. So it really wasn't worth it to me. Pretty much the same shoe except the Gore-Tex. I do not recommend those though. Definitely, stick with the Wildcats. Your feet are going to get wet either way, so might as well have a shoe that breathes well. As y'all can see in the back, that's what they're going to look like when you first get them. That's 700 miles. That's 1,100. And I ended up with a new pair. There was some problem with sending me my second pair, which is why I had to get those. But that's a whole nother story. So there's new compared to 700, and then new compared to 1,100. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, so that's my review of the Wildcats. Definitely recommend these. I can't say enough good things about these shoes. They supported me well throughout the whole trail. So yeah, if y'all want to see, me review my tent, my sleeping bag, whatever else I have, just let me know. If y'all found this informative or have any other questions about these, just let me know. So yeah, see you later.